Hello, and welcome back to Dead Cells. Today we're just going to do a normal run, not going to do any shenanigans with the ossuary. I started a run, and it wasn't recording very well, so hopefully this works out better. We're starting off with the rapier and the lightning bolt, which I don't particularly care for, but the rapier is nice because after you roll, you do crits, and I roll a lot. But otherwise it doesn't do a lot of damage. So it's very important to be rolling. And the lightning bolt, you know, I guess you can use it to varying degrees of success. But, you know, eventually you start to deal crits, but then you start to take damage, and I never time it correctly, so I always just end up taking damage. So I tend not to use it. And right off the bat, we get a +1 to strength. Not going to complain about that, honestly. Yeah, more damage is always good, especially because we have no active items right now. I am going to go for the extra life. And just move on here. Curse chest. So when you get a curse chest, you get a scroll of power, an item, and some money. But until you kill 10 more enemies, you're dead in one hit. So I'm going to put this into strength, and I'm going to take the impaler over the rapier. As I had said in the last episode, I'm a big fan of the impaler. So, and enemies burning when they die as an extra effect, you know, it's nice. Makes it so if we get an oiled grenade or maybe something that deploys flammable oil a little more viable, do some extra damage that way. And we get a bear trap, which I will take. No extra effects on this one, just standard bear trap, but for right now, I'll take it. One more enemy and we're no longer cursed, and the curse is lifted. Get another scroll of power, which I'm going to put into health. Oh, looks like the Steam achievements are working. Got an achievement for making it through a curse. Wait for that to explode, open the door. Blood Sword 1, not going to take that. Could recycle it. Any amount of gold helps. And we get our first shop. Get Ice Grenade 2, Firebrands 2, Infantry Bro 2. You know, I'll take the Ice Grenade 2. Frost Relay slowdown is 4 times longer. That's always a nice effect to have on that. Just gives you a little more time to beat up on the enemies. So, last run didn't go so well. Got to the ossuary, didn't really have a good weapon. Sort of tried running around with throwing knives, and it did not work very well. So this time I'm going to focus a little bit more on better play. You know, just try to see how far I can get. Put cells into recycling too. That's probably what I'm going to do until it's unlocked, and then I'm just going to go down the list and start getting damage upgrades on everything, or unlock items if I get blueprints. And we're on to the toxic sewers. I'm just going to recycle that kebab. Probably not going to come back for it. So, what do I want in this run? I always like to pair up oil with fire. You know, I think that goes well. If I could stack up a bunch of frost-related items, you know, maybe get a second melee weapon or another, or a bow maybe. You know, try to hold on to the extra life as long as possible. No secret there. Now, if you're wondering why I don't go to the Promenade of the Condemned, this might just be anecdotal, but I've found that you get better items and more gold if you go to the sewers, mostly because it's more risky. But I don't know if that's necessarily true. I'm sure you could be just as successful not going to the sewers. But in my, I like the atmosphere of this level too. I think the enemy designs are varied enough that it makes it interesting to play. And we get another strength up. I'd like to start getting some skill ups. Ooh, that's real bad damage. See what kind of item we get here. Plus 25% damage on a stun target. I'll hold on to it, so in case I'm below 50% health, we can whip out the Frantic Sword and do some extra damage. Nothing over here. Impaler's doing solid work for us right now. Not really looking to replace it at this point, but it's doing some solid damage. Frantic Sword's doing pretty good damage too, but that's probably because we're at 4 strength. Wow. Did I mention I'm bad at this? I don't know if I mentioned I'm bad at this. Not going to the prison depths. Not even gonna really think about that. So up there is just the ramparts. Gonna try and get to the old sewers instead of the ramparts. And in there's an ice bow. Reduces the chance of unfreezing an enemy when attacking. I'll take that over the Frantic Sword for right now. Just recycle that. And it looks like up there we have an elite Scorpion. Yeah. And I died. That did not take very long. Just gonna run away and heal. And there we go. Not gonna take the lightning bolt, because I don't know how to use it. And another cursed treasure chest, which I will take. Just gotta be careful. Gonna put this scroll into skills. And we get a wrenching whip. But you take more damage. Not really interested in that. And there's our entrance to the old sewers. See what's over here. Looks like this will probably be an entrance to the ossuary. Yeah. I do have a little knowledge of this game. I've put in almost 50 hours now. This game is in alpha, so if there are glitches, don't be surprised. But, I'm enjoying it. I think it's well worth the money. This game has really captured my interest as of late. And I recommend it, so if you want to support the developers and have a good time, just pick it up on Steam. I think it's like 15, 20 bucks maybe? I don't even know. And we're on to the old sewers. Start off with a... That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Well, that's going to be the episode for today. Yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. A little too reckless, and you end up getting your face smashed in by a spiked ball. But, yeah, I think I'm going to keep playing more of this game. Look out for new episodes. Like the video if you want to. Comment if you have any feedback or any suggestions. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And let me know what kind of games you want to see me play. Alright, guys.